Hi, this is an installation video for the brand new Revelation Undersink water ionizer made by EOS, the makers of the Genesis Platinum. And I just want to preface this video by saying that I am not a plumber. I was able to figure out how to drill a hole through my counter just by going to Google and Googling how do I drill a hole through my Corian countertop. And I found the process to actually be very simple. So for those of you who are on the fence about getting the Revelation because you think it's going to be too difficult to install, I'm happy to inform you that installation is actually quite simple. Now, to drill my hole, which you see over there, I need to have an 18-volt drill, at least. Don't get anything less than that because it won't be powerful enough. I'm going to need a 1 1/4 inch and greater arbor, and this simply fits into the end of the drill. Tighten it up. Now it's all nice and tight. And the last and most important piece for drilling my hole is a 1 1/4 inch carbide saw. Now there are two types of saws that I saw at Home Depot. One was carbon and the other one was carbide. Carbide is apparently much stronger than carbon, so you want to get the carbide saw in order to drill through your countertop. Now this, simply, as you can see, it has rivets. It goes on the end of the arbor. Screw it in there. And you can see these two little notches on the end of your carbide saw. These go right into these little, well, I guess you want to call them knobs on your arbor. And that just clicks into place. And once that is clicked into place, you are ready to go. I drilled this hole last night. It took me about 15 minutes. I'll tell you, it's a bit of a slow process going through a Corian countertop because it is thick plastic and whatever else they got in there, so it took me a while. But anyway, it looked like this. Right through. And, you know, it wasn't too bad. It was a bit messy. You want to wear a mask so you don't breathe in any of the particles from your Corian countertop, because I'm sure getting some of that stuff in your lungs would not be good. But other than that, wear your mask and drill your hole. One thing they did say is that if you have anything other than a Corian countertop, like a regular countertop, there is the chance that it could crack or split during drilling. So they recommend that you use painter's tape. You put the painter's tape down on your counter where you want it to drill, and then take a pencil and put a marker where you want your hole to be, and then just drill on that. And the tape is going to kind of hold the counter in place so nothing comes chipping off or flying off and creating a big ugly hole that you don't want or a crack that you don't want. So that's just a tip. I didn't need it because I have these Corian countertops and they're such thick plastic. It took a long time to get through it anyway, and there's certainly nothing going to chip, nothing going to break on that. Hi, this is what comes inside the box of your brand new Revelation Undersink water ionizer. The first piece is this beautiful spigot with its alkaline water dispenser and its acid water dispenser. That's obviously the piece that sits above your countertop. And then this is the base of the unit. It has 4 filters and 9 plates and SMPS electrical system inside. You have your cold water line adapter, which attaches to your cold water line and sends the water to the base, which then sends the water to your spigot. And you have these hose adapters, and these will fit to the bottom of your spigot in order to attach the hoses to them. You have a 5/16 inch hose, and you have a 1/4 inch hose. One is for the alkaline water, the other one is for the acid water, and we'll get into the specifics of that in just a moment. And then you have your power cord, which just simply attaches to your base and plugs into an outlet, hopefully underneath your sink. If not, you're going to have to drill a hole in the cabinet underneath your sink and run it to a power outlet above your sink. So it depends on what your setup is. Usually if you have a dishwasher, you have a power outlet down there. So you just have to look. Hi, I would like to show you the base of the Revelation Undersink water ionizer. This is the back of it right here. Now it measures from top to bottom 15 inches, from side to side 11¼ inches, and the depth is 6 inches. So remember that when you're making space underneath your sink. This is your electrical that connects to your spigot. Then you also have your alkaline outlet that's going to connect to your spigot and supply alkaline water to your spigot. You have your acid outlet, which is going to supply acid water to your spigot. And then you have your water inlet, which is going to take the 1/4 inch line from your cold water line diverter valve and send it to the unit. So these both have plugs in them, and a lot of customers get tripped up on these plugs. Actually quite simple to remove. You can see where my finger is that there is a ring, and you want to press that ring in toward the machine, and at the same time you pull up on the plug. So push down and pull up and the plug will come out. Push down, pull up, and the plug comes out. This is the front of the base of the unit, and this is where your filters are housed. As you can see, there's a little lip here, and you just want to get your finger underneath that little lip or put a butter knife in there to lift it up, and it just opens up on a hinge. And inside you'll see your 4 filters. You have your sediment filter, your pre-carbon filter, your post-carbon filter, and then you also have a ceramic filter that revitalizes your water. Right now we just have a second post-carbon filter in there because the ceramic filter is not quite ready yet. So on your spigot you will see a display for filter 1 and filter 2. Filter 1 is going to refer to filters 1 and 2, and filter 2 is going to refer to filters 3 and 4. So when you see a message on your screen that says replace filter 1, what it's really telling you to do is replace the filter 1 set, and that's these two right here. And then when it says replace filter 2, it wants you to replace the filter 2 set, which is these two right here. So just remember that you're ordering sets and not filters individually. Now in my case I did not have any electrical underneath my sink, so I had to drill a hole. I'm going to go ahead and move the unit here so you can see it. I had to drill a hole up there in order to get the power cord through. So my next step is I'm going to plug in the power cord and plug that into the base of the unit. Okay, so now I have plugged in the plug. I run it through my hole that I drilled, and I have plugged that in to the base of the unit. Okay, so the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to install the spigot. And the first thing to notice in this stainless steel part is that there is the bottom part unscrews. So you're going to want to unscrew this completely off of your spigot. And once that is completely off, just unthread it. Then I'm going to take my spigot and just fit perfectly into that 1/4 inch hole. Wow, look how attractive that is. For someone like me who doesn't have a lot of counter space, that is so much better than the Genesis Platinum sitting up there. But anyway, let's continue with our installation. So now you want to take your bottom part here, it goes like that, and we are going to screw that into the bottom of the spigot.